everyone, I'm Elizabeth from Flowers Talk Tivoli and welcome to my home. Today I'm going to show you how to dress up a plain wreath base. You can use either real like I have here, or you could add some fresh greenery to an artificial wreath, just to add some new life to it and then bring that really beautiful fragrance and color to some artificial. So this wreath base that I'm using right now, this is a mix of the Ontario pine and Ontario cedar. So just really, really simple. We do quite a few wreath workshops in our store, and these are the bases that we start with. They're already from our supplier, quick, ready to go. It takes a really long time to wire a wreath from scratch. So we just start with this to make it a lot easier. And all of our wreath workshops sell it like crazy. So I thought I would create this little how-to video to give you some inspiration, and hopefully you'll be able to do one of these yourself. So we do a mix of the magnolia, which you know I love. It's the dark green on the one side, that beautiful suede on the other side. And then we use the Ontario pine and some of the BC cedar. Both have great fragrance to them. So I'm going to show you how to make these little bundles. So you just use a 22, 24 gauge wire. It's hard to see, it's probably about 1.5 feet, and you just kind of bend it in half, create a little bobby pin out of it. Take a bundle of your little greenery, and then we're going to start with the magnolia on the bottom, and then we're going to put the cedar on top, and then the pine. And we're just going to layer it so you can still see the magnolia underneath, you can still see the cedar, you can still see the pine. And then just take your wire and wire around your whole little cluster there. Wrap it around a couple times, making sure those pieces are nice and snug in there and they're not going to come out on you. So I went ahead and I created a bunch of little bundles so you didn't have to sit here and watch me make them. And then you're just going to take and lift up a section of your wreath base, because we want to nestle those greenery bunches in there. So you just nestle it in there, and then just wire your bunch to your base. So just make sure those are nice and tight. Twist that wire at the back really well. And then just spread out your bunches. You'll probably use about 6 or 7 little bundles of greenery. It's best to use gloves when you're doing this. The wire can be quite hard on your hands, and the winter greenery as well can give you little cuts, and after doing this 100 times, you'll really start to feel it on your hands. So again, lifting up the greenery and then wiring to that base. So again, making sure that's really nice and tight in there, especially if it's a windy spot on a front door. So when the greenery is on here, you can see how three-dimensional it's bringing the wreath. So it's really nice, and it's not so flat as just those 2 different types of green that just the bases come with. I find it easier working without gloves, so when I do put on gloves, I have a hard time finding the wires sometimes, but it is still a good amount of time until Christmas, and I need these hands to keep going for the next little bit. They're already sore from from all the greens. So again, just wiring in those little bundles. So I'm going to get the rest of those wired in there for you and then come back and show you the next step. Okay, so I have finished adding in all my little bundles. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bundles wired in there. And I also added in some of the Oregonia, which is that variegated color. I think it pops really nicely. And then you can just see how three-dimensional this wreath has become from the base that we started with. So some other things you could add in some pine cones. So just take regular pine cones and just put some wire in the bottom of them. And again, the same as you do with your bundles, you just want to nestle those in there and then wire them in really well. And I just have 3. You could add glass balls to this to give it a little bit of sparkle or some shine to it. I want to keep this really natural, so I'm just using just those natural pine cones that are so nice. You could add a bow to it if you wanted to. So I just popped those 3 pine cones in there. If you were doing a bow, I'd probably put the bow on before you add any other accents to it, just so you can center things around it and then you don't have to move things after. So the three corners there. And then I do have the artificial berries. They're the pop-proof ones that we carry in the store. They were on the long wire that you can use to pop in your outside inserts, or you could add them into a mantelpiece. But I just cut those short. These guys here, you can just kind of wiggle them into the existing wreath base and just make sure it makes contact back there, and then it's nice and tight. I like these ones because they have shading in the burgundy, so it's got the deeper to a bit of a brighter red. But white berries would be really pretty in this, and it would pick up the lighter tones in the tips of the Oregonia. Pushing that right into the base. And then I'll do a third one just down here in this area. So you've got the Oregonia, the berries, and the pine cones with that mixed green. And then one other thing that I've been doing quite a bit this year is I have been dehydrating fruit. So I've got a mix here of some of the lemons that I've done and the apple slices. I did whole clementines and just slit the sides of them. Mix of the lime with the apple there. They smell amazing. I was dehydrating these in my oven, and the slices take about 5 hours to do on probably about 150 to 200 temperature, and yeah, about 5 hours. But they're really easy to really easy to do. And then I just we just wired those little guys. But when I was dehydrating these, the house smelled amazing. Amazing. So we've got some of the clementines. Okay, I think we're almost done here. The fruit just adds a different element to it, and dehydrated, so you know it's not going to go moldy when it's outside. It's going to freeze and be fine. And there we go. So you can see the way the fruit kind of pops against the greenery. I think it looks really pretty with the lime and the orange in there. The clementine doesn't want to sit well. I will rewire him. There we go. And just give it a good shake to make sure nothing falls off of that. If you wanted to keep this in your home, you would need to mist this probably daily. The same thing with any of your winter greens that are out of water in the house. So just make sure to mist that daily. But if you wanted to put it outside, it will last through to the thaw. The cold temperatures will kind of freeze and seal in that moisture, and you'll be able to have this outside on your door for a good couple months. So I hope this gave you a little bit of inspiration. If you have any questions, you can always send me an email or give us a call or stop in at the shop. We have all the supplies. I can show you how to do it. And I hope this has given you a little bit of inspiration to create your own wreath in your home. Thank you for coming to my house, and we'll see you soon at the shop.